What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? Hope y'all are having a fantastic Wednesday evening. Appreciate all y'all for stopping by. We're back again for another one. As always, it's your boy Reason. Y'all already know what time it is, baby. We're gonna get into it. We got a couple things to go over. We're gonna go over some Aaron Rodgers news because once again, I just got to talk about Vegas hitting us up. I don't know why. In regards to him, we'll talk about a little bit Aaron Rodgers. We'll talk. NFL.com put out an interesting article, basically talking about who they thought every MVP and the a potential a potential Pro Bowl player for every team, but a new Pro Bowler, so like a first-time Pro Bowler for every team who they predict this year. We'll talk about that. If you hadn't seen yet, the Miami Dolphins released the schedule for training camp and when and practices that'll be open to the public. So we'll take a look at that for all of y'all. Just so you guys can mark down your calendars if you're gonna go. Then we'll get into the top 5 veteran players I think are on the Miami Dolphins roster bubble, and these are veterans, you know what I mean? These aren't, like I'm pretty sure Malcolm Perry ain't gonna make the team. But you know what I mean? So, but I'm not talking about guys like that. I'm talking more like in the veterans, guys that have been around for a couple years. We'll get into that. So, yeah, we'll get into all this stuff, and then after all that, I know yesterday I got a little tired, so I didn't open it up, but tonight I'll go ahead and I'll open it up for all of y'all, so you can you guys can come on, give your thoughts on your breakout players from yesterday, as well as guys you think might get surprisingly cut. I think in one fashion or another, I've spoken about most of the guys on this list. So we'll see how that goes. There shouldn't be too many surprises for all of you, but I'll just dive a little bit deeper into why I think these guys are getting, why it's going to be a good night Charlie for some of these guys. So yeah, we'll get into that. I hope each and every one of you, like I said, is having a fantastic night, evening, day. Appreciate all y'all for coming through, spending some time with your boy. Shout out to everyone already in the chat showing love. Shout out to Jean Carlos J Dom. I wish I could tell you why, but off the bat today, I think it'll be Bowden, Waddle, Wilson, Parker, and Williams. Those are the guys you predict will make it. I'm guessing that's who you predict will, or is that an order of reception yards? Because I don't know if any of you, if you guys are on, if you guys are on Twitter today, I went to bat for Albert Wilson today, and the homie Jeremy Clump is well, needless to say, he's not a huge Albert Wilson fan, that's for sure. So we kind of went back and forth a little bit and tease each other, I'm kind of I'll be honest with you, like there's one guy chiming in and trying to like discredit Wilson, and it's like, yo, this guy, he's a Bama fan who became a Dolphin fan when we drafted Tua, and it's like, why are you even talking? You haven't even watched him as a Dolphin. Like, just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to hear your opinion on Albert Wilson, okay? Like, ease up, bud. So, yeah. But anyways, let's get into everything. Let's start off well. Philip Leduc, are you going to boycott the Tomorrow War from your movies watch list? I actually, before I even heard that they were talking crap about us, I read the reviews, and the reviews were terrible for that movie. So I told my wife, you can watch that by yourself. And that was before I even found out about them talking ish about us. And I heard there's even a song on the soundtrack called like the Miami Dolphins suck or something. Like, easy, bud. All right. Like, flop Chris Pratt movie. I ain't trying to figure that out. Oh, order of reception yards, Giancarlo. Let me go back. You think Bowden's going to be our top receiver this year? I don't know. I think Fuller's going to be our top receiver, bud. I think it's going to go Fuller, Waddle, Wilson, Parker, Bowden, and then Preston Williams. And that's if DVP don't get hurt. But you forgot Will Fuller on that list, my friend. Will Fuller is definitely probably going to be our leading receiver. So yeah, anyways, Reggie, is it Regil or Reggie? Because Regil was chiming in. That was pretty funny too. He's chiming in. Yeah, man. Clump, you got the work, bro. I gave you the work, Clump. Where you at? That's the homie though. He's a good man. So what up, Fox and Ron? How you doing, buddy? All right. So let's hop into everything here. Let's start off. Let's get the Aaron Rodgers stuff out of the way because I'm just getting sick and tired of this nonsense, to be honest with you. So the current betting odds for Aaron Rodgers' new team. How in the hell are the Miami Dolphins 6 right now at +1 at 1,800? How is Carolina plus 1,800 when they just got Sam Darnold? Who's making these odds? Cleveland plus 2,500? Why would they get off Baker Mayfield? Indianapolis at plus 2,000. They just got Carson Wentz. San Francisco just drafted Trey Lance and they're plus 2,500. Like, what is going on here? But Denver would make a lot of sense. The first 4 teams would make a lot of sense, even the 5th team with Ryan Fitzpatrick. But keep our names out of your mouth. We ain't making a move for Aaron Rodgers, all right? It's shout out to Pierre Lewis for becoming a new member. I appreciate you, homie. Like, why are we here talking about betting odds for Aaron Rodgers landing in Miami? Like, this is ridiculous. You read some of these, not even just us. Carolina's ridiculous. Atlanta, they can't get out of Matt Ryan's contract, but they're going to somehow get Aaron Rodgers. Like Indianapolis, Cleveland, San Fran, Seattle. Like, who makes this? Good God. Like, unbelievable stuff, man. I just blows my mind. It's crazy, man. Wayo 1 in that yard list is Gesicki 6. I honestly, we'll talk about Gesicki when I get to the Gesicki, but I'll remind me when I get to talk about the MVPs. We'll talk about that Wayo 1. But like, why are we still talking about Miami potentially dealing for a quarterback here? I mean, like, let's get over this. It ain't happening. All right, it is not happening. Tua Tagovailoa is the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins for the 2021 season. There's no doubt about it right now. Like, I don't understand who would even place that wager because you're going to lose your money. So, and whoever's making those betting odds, like, Jesus Lord Almighty, give me a break. All right. So, in case you guys didn't see, here are the open practices for the Miami Dolphins to the public. All, as you see, the new training complex in Miami Gardens. This is where all the new this is where all the new this is where all the new this is where all the practices will take place at the new facility. So there you go, guys. Mark it down in a calendar. I believe tickets become available tomorrow on July 8th. I will be down next year. I won't be down this year. And actually, it's not even because of it's not even just because of it's not even just, well, I get my second shot on July 28th, but it's not even because of COVID. It's actually because my wife is currently studying right now, and she's about to run her big final exam in September. So in July and August, she's studying like 8 hours a day. So um, I'm just I'm not even available. I'll be watching my 7-month-old baby. So I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't even be available. But next year, you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be back down next year, and I'll be hitting up some of those open practices for sure. Shout out to Cap for Life, $10 donation, gentlemen and ladies. How you doing, Cap? Hope you're having a good evening, brother. I actually don't know how much tickets are. I wouldn't imagine they're expensive. I know they were made available to season ticket holders first. So Armando says they're actually already available. So we'll see how it goes. I will be out next year. And like if I like just hypothetically, if I would have been out there this year, I probably would have hit the second, third, fourth, sixth, and seventh and eighth. I probably would have hit that week. And if you guys are asking for the asterisks, that's Sunday, August 8th. I believe that's a joint practice with the Bears. And then the Bears are hosting them on the 10th and the 11th. And or I think that's what it is. Don't quote me. But I know the 18th and the 19th are for sure the joint practices with the Atlanta Falcons. The Miami Dolphins Webb's Twitter said that tickets are available July 8th, but apparently they're only available. So if you guys want to try and get tickets, here, let me see if I can find the link for you guys right now quickly, because I see some of y'all asking, "Oh, can I get tickets? Are they available?" Let me get you. Yeah, so if you want, you grab your tickets, MiamiDolphins.com/training camp/. Okay. I'm gonna put the link in the comment section for you guys right now. Irving, have you looked? Are they actually this is where you'll be able to get the I just put the link in the comment section. So I know they're being made available to season ticket holders today. So I don't know if they're gonna cost money or not. I have no idea whatsoever. But I do know there's no player or coach autographs, photos, or other contact will be allowed. No facility tours will be available. A clear bag policy is in effect. So I know the parking opens at 9 a.m. practice, and then seating bowl entry opens at 9:45, and then the practice is from 10 a.m. till about 12:30. So there's going to be a theme for each practice. There's going to be food trucks. There's going to be team store. So, and there's going to be giveaways on certain days. So I know season ticket members get first crack though. I know that for a fact. So, yeah, they go on. They're available tomorrow at that date that I just dropped. So like no autographs. You can't talk to anyone. So, okay, I got season tickets. The one on August 8th is for season ticket members only. Thank you, Mauricio. Mauricio, since you got and Irving, our tickets for free. Mauricio, can you confirm our tickets free? I hope they wouldn't be making y'all pay for training camp. That'd be kind of ridiculous. But yeah, tickets do go on sale tomorrow. And again, I put the link in the comment section. So in the live chat. So if you want to go, make your presence known. Yeah, I did see that new 305 hat. The white one is fire. Corn 72. Not a fan of the aqua one. The Mauricio says yes, they are. They are free, the tickets. So good stuff, man. I'll be down next year, guys. Maybe we'll do like a get together and stuff like that. I'm already gonna plan a get together I'm going to plan a get together for the Atlanta Falcons game. By the looks of it, I'm going to miss the Texans game by 3 days. I'll be leaving on the 4th, and that game is on the 7th. So, like, my heart is broken because if you guys remember, last year, I was planning to come down for 2 games. Actually, last year I was going to be down for the I was going to be down for the Chargers and the Rams game. So I would have been big. Would have been big. But c'est la vie, didn't go down like that, right? So yeah, is what it is. Was it the Chargers? Yeah, it was the Chargers and the Rams game I was going to be down for last year. Kind of pissed off that I didn't get down there for that, but it is what it is, man. So anyways, let's keep it rolling. All right. Let's keep it rolling here. We are going to get into the article that I was talking about in regards to Mike Gesicki, and this is where I'll talk about what Whale1 asked regarding Mike Gesicki. Right here. So NFL.com, they picked one potential first-time Pro Bowler from each AFC team. For the Miami Dolphins, they selected Mike Gesicki. The Dolphins weren't shy about adding firepower to an offense that too often fell flat, with Tua Tagovailoa at the motherboard. First-round wideout Jaylen Waddle and difference maker when healthy Will Fuller were tremendous offseason adds. That doesn't diminish the glow of contested catch maven Mike Gesicki, whom I'd label as the team's most improved player on offense in 2020. He's a 6'6" man freak with an enormous catch radius and the physical tools wired for destruction. So I'm actually having problems here. John Carlos, yes, because of Tua and Bowden chemistry from last year, Fuller 1-game suspension could set me back ever so slightly. The wide receiver group is excited, and I agree, man. The wide receiver group is going to be something to watch. I still think Will Fuller is going to break 1,000 yards this year, though, even with missing 1 game. All right, so this Gesicki thing. I don't know where I land with Mike Gesicki this year. And the reason why I don't know where to land with Mike Gesicki this year is because I do not know how the usage of certain players are going to affect his snap counts and his targets. So this is what I mean by that. Waddle, I get all indications it's going to be the slot guy this year. Albert Wilson, right? He's going to be playing that Z. He can rotate in that Z with Fuller, and he can also play the slot, the Y position, okay? Parker and Preston are going to be rotating on that X, I think. And if you run 2 slot sets, I truly believe it's going to be like Albert Wilson and Waddle, or Bowden and Albert Wilson, or Bowden and Waddle. I don't know where Gesicki fits if he can't line up in line. Like, are you going to take off DVP or Preston Williams to put Gesicki out there as your X receiver? Are you going to take off explosive playmakers like Waddle and Albert Wilson and developmental guy like Lynn Bowden to give Gesicki slot snaps? Appreciate you, Todd. Like, this is where I'm running into. If this man cannot line up in line, how is he fitting in long term in this offense right now? Because he fit in the slot and on the boundary last year because we were more of an isolation 50-50 offense. We're not like that anymore. Now we're all about speed, timing, rhythm, get the ball out quick. Like, this is where I'm kind of like at an impasse with Gesicki. Where do you fit in right now? And I just don't know. Like, I would not be taking off playmakers like why would I take off a 4-2 guy in Waddle for that I drafted 6th overall for a 50-50 seam contested catch guy? Yeah, way I could see Gesicki using more in red zone. Like, this is where I'm at. I scratch my head when I try to decipher how he's going to be used. He's one of the hardest guys to put a finger on and how he's going to be used. Yeah, in the red zone, but okay. So we use him in the red zone. That's it. And he wants a raise. Exactly, Steve Ross. You don't pay a red zone guy 11 plus million. That's where my other issue is. This guy's going to want a raise. This guy's going to want a contract. He's already not a good blocker. He's already not a good route runner. I just don't understand where he and it's like, for example, even at that X spot when you got Preston and DVP, both guys you want to see if they're worth further investment. Preston worth a new contract, DVP whether he's worth holding on this year. Like, if those guys get injured, okay, I could see him going in on the X a little bit more. But then the Z, I would rather have, that's your guy who's off the line of scrimmage, your Z receiver, your boundary receiver who's off the line of scrimmage that you motion a lot. I'd rather motion Fuller or Albert Wilson out there, or hell, Waddle out there. Same thing with the slot. I want Bowden, Wilson, and Waddle taking all of those slot snaps because they're deadly in open space. They're going to make plays. Gesicki's going to catch the football, but he's not offering you a ton after the catch. Those guys offer you a ton after the catch, and they separate much better than Mike Gesicki does. So, maybe the writing was on the wall when they drafted Hunter Long. Because Hunter can go in line. This is I just have a really hard time. That's why I don't think he's going to be a Pro Bowler this year. Like, I'll tell y'all right now, I wouldn't draft Mike Gesicki in fantasy. I just don't see it. I just do not see it. And you got certain fans that fawn over this guy, that love this guy, that want to call him a top 5, top 10 tight end. Sure, maybe on another team, but I don't think he'll put up top 5, top 10 receiver numbers on this tight end numbers on this team. I really don't. And I do not see them use it. I do not see them unless his blocking improves. I don't know how heavy his usage will be in 12 and 11 man personnel. I really don't. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. Mike Gesicki is really hard for me to put my finger on this year, to put my thumb on and say this guy's going to get that. I don't know. I have to see how they use him. I really do. Because our receiving room is a lot deeper than it was last year. And I know we've called him a glorified receiver before. And the problem is now you got guys who offer more. So we'll see how he goes, man. I just, unless this guy vastly improves in his route running and can separate more with his route running, improves his inline blocking, I don't know. I don't see how he goes. I just don't see it. So I don't think he makes the Pro Bowl. I'll put it that. Let's. I'd bet $100 on that one that he doesn't make the Pro Bowl, and that's no slight on Mike Gesicki. I think he could be, Now if they go ahead and they feature 12-man personnel with Hunter Long and Mike Gesicki, and Hunter Long is taking the majority of the blocking responsibility, okay. But how much 12-man, I know we were number 5 in the league last year in terms of percentage of 12-man ran as an offense. Problem was Shaheen and Smythe as a duo saw a lot of those 12-man snaps. Not Gesicki. So, I mean, a Pro Bowler, first-time Pro Bowler, kind of a reach. Kind of a reach. Unless he just is in the red zone and puts up like 10 to 12 touchdowns in his red zone usage, I think it's kind of a reach to say that this guy's going to go to the Pro Bowl. And that is no knock on the player. That's just how this offense is going. So we'll see. Kind of curious to see how that all unfolds with Mike Gesicki this year. It's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So before we get into everything here too, smash that like button. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. If you'd like to donate, you can use the super chat. You can use PayPal, paypal.me/Phinside. You become a Phinside the NFL Patreon, patreon.com/Phinside the NFL. You can also hit the join button below me right next to subscribe and to become a YouTube member. And that'll give you access to the badge next to your name, and also the plethora of emojis that I have available for you guys to use while we're talking. Appreciate each and every one of you who have done so, whether even just hit that like button. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate y'all for taking some time out and tuning in too. Much love to all of you. Patch5s.com. Use code Phinside. You will get 20% off your order, and you can get a shirt like this Tua shirt, which is absolutely fire. Go get that shirt. They have a Dan Marino one as well. Absolute fuego fire. I got a tumbler coming in too that'll show off when it lands. But appreciate everyone. Yo, Duke, thanks, bro. It's the Dolphins Pro Bowl hat. Mike Gesicki ain't getting himself one of these this year. I hate to be the one to say that. So it is what it is. We'll see how it goes with Mike Gesicki this year. I just don't see it. Russ says, I think this year Preston stays healthy and has breakout season. You know what worries me about that? Because I've thought about this. It's a contract year, and he breaks out in a contract year. We're always the guys that these guys pop off for 1 year, get paid, and then they like to relax in the sun, bask in their moment of glory. We'll see, but I don't. It worries me about Preston. The man has to stay healthy. So we'll see how he goes. Anyways, all right, let's get into the top 5 players I believe potential veterans on the roster bubble. So, number 5, I have Patrick Laird. This shouldn't be a surprise. I think Salvin Ahmed, if I did a top 10, would have made that top 10. I really think he would have made that top 10 with Patrick Laird. This is a guy who, like, let's be honest with ourselves. All right. He's not really offering you a ton. This is a guy who he has 236 yards on 74 attempts in 2 years. He had 13 attempts for 72 yards last year, 61 attempts for 164 yards the year before. He's a decent run blocker. He's not offering you a lot after the contact, 46 yards after contact last year, 110 in 2019. He's only got 7 rushes in his career of 10 yards or more. He clearly, it doesn't matter if it's a power gap or zone blocking scheme, you're getting the same thing you're getting from him. As a receiver, too, he's offered you a little bit as a receiver. You know what I mean? He had 68 yards last year on 10 receptions. The year before that, in 2019, he had 204 yards on 23 receptions. But he didn't have a touchdown catching the football. And actually, in total, as a player on the Miami Dolphins, he's only scored 1 touchdown in 2019, and he has 1 fumble. So he has as many fumbles as he does touchdowns. When you look at, I truly believe Jordan Scarlett will make this team. Jared Dokes will make this team. Obviously Gaskin and obviously Malcolm Brown. I don't think Patrick Laird or Salvin Ahmed make it out of training camp. And that's no hate on the guy. But I don't see Patrick Laird coming out of camp having much usage to us. So we'll see. And the other thing about getting rid of Patrick Laird, if you were to release him, you save $675,000. It's like a dead cap of like $3,000. So not very much impact. I just, there's no more usage. 2019, when he was used a little bit more than he was last year, that's because this roster was down to its bare bones. And, EM Dolphin fan could have made the team as a running back. So I see Patrick Laird being on the roster bubble, and I see him not making this team. Number 4, a potential veteran on the roster bubble. I've talked about this guy multitude of times, and that's Allen Hurns, guys. Obviously, as we all know, he opted out last year. It's such a crowded room. I don't see what he offers us. As a receiver, in 2019, he had 32 receptions for 416 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a 1,000-yard season back in Jacksonville in 2015. That's why I've always said, give me Jacksonville, Allen Hurns, we can talk. I just don't see. I don't see the appeal of keeping him. What does he really offer you? He played the majority of his snaps in 2019 with us in the slot. 50.6% of his snaps came in the slot, and 48.6 were out wide. Well, that slot is spoken for between guys like Albert Wilson, Lynn Bowden Jr., and Jaylen Waddle. So I don't see where he comes in. He's not even a yak guy. So, only out of that 416 yards he gave us in 2019, only 93 came of it after the reception. And the average that year, his lowest yak was of his career in a season was 2.9 yards per reception, and it was that year. So, I don't see Allen Hurns making the team. The conundrum with Allen Hurns, though, is if you were to release him, he has a $2.93 million dead cap hit and minus $50,000 against the cap in terms of savings. Now, if you find a trade partner, and good luck to you, his dead cap hit goes down to $1.683 million, and you actually save $1.2 million against the cap. I just don't see the usage for Allen Hurns here. I've told if he's going to sneak in as a 7th, but even still, I'd rather have Mac Hollins, or I'd rather see what Robert Foster or Kirk Merrick can offer us as that 7th guy. But I've been on record, and I'll say when we get later on, when I talk about another player, I'll give you guys who I think are going to come out of here at the position. So, there's not a ton of value for Allen Hurns, but if you give me a conditional 7th, Let's go. I'll take that. You know what I mean? I'll take a conditional 7th. No problem for me. Just get him off the roster. I do not see what the usage of him is. And when I look at the contract, it was a bad contract handed out. A rare L by Chris Greer in that contract that he handed out to Alan Hearns. I don't know who convinced him he was worth that kind of money. I know Brian Flores likes him as a person and a player. Well, more so as a person, from what I understand. But Alan Hearns, this isn't 2015 Jacksonville Alan Hearns. So I'm good. I don't see the purpose of keeping him on this roster as we move forward. I really don't whatsoever. So all right, number 3, and this might surprise people, but I've talked about this before. Durham Smythe. And I think Hunter Long, Gesicki, and Shaheen are a lock. Shaheen got extended last year. Durham Smythe is in his last year of his contract. And if you were to release Durham Smythe, you save $2.183 million. And you only have a dead cap of $158,000. So I do think Durham Smythe actually doesn't make this team. And I think, the first signing they made in the offseason was, the first signing in the offseason was who? Cethan Carter. They drafted Carl Tucker, who played tight end at North Carolina, and he played fullback, so he can play at Alabama, so he can play both. They brought in Jabri Blount, and they protected Chris Myrick all year last year. I don't see the Durham Smythe. I think he's going to be gone. I think if they carry force, Cethan Carter is going to be the one that actually takes his place. And I think they'd rather have that cap saving right now, considering we're only at like $5.6 million in cap right now. So I think Smythe, what does he offer you in the passing game? What, a little bit in the red zone? Other than that, I'm good. I'd rather take the cap savings, see what we got with Cethan Carter or Carl Tucker, and go from there. Especially if we want to run some power and have a fullback in there. You know what I mean? So I just don't see how Durham Smythe makes it through this. I know we drafted him in 2018. Last year was kind of a breakout. He had 208 yards on 26 receptions. Because the year before, in 2019, he only had 65 yards. The year before that, 50 yards. Great blocker. No doubt about it. He had 2 touchdowns last year. He doesn't fumble the ball. So, 73.2% of his snaps came in line. I do not see the long-term outlook here with Durham Smythe. I see Durham Smythe not coming out of camp with the Miami Dolphins. And that might shock some players, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough because I know some people like this guy, but I just do not see how Durham Smythe makes the 2021 Miami Dolphins roster with a tight end room that, we signed everyone but Tebow. So, I just don't see the room in the space for a guy like him. And at this point, I think a lot of us would rather take that cap saving than what Durham Smythe offers you as a player. All right. Number 2, Clayton Fledglam. And my whole thing with this guy is, other than special teams, what does he offer you? And, if a guy like Trill Williams is going to make the team, show me what he can do on special teams instead. Last year he only had about 111 snaps. We all remember the snaps in that Kansas City game and how they hurt us. Oh, sorry. He had last year my bad. He didn't have 111 snaps. Last year he actually only had 14 snaps. And we all remember this. That was the year before he had 2019. He had 111. Last year he had 14 snaps on defense, and like I said, we all remember what happened in the KC game. absolutely terrible. So I see, the guy. How do you have 5 total coverage snaps all year, and one of those coverage snaps you allow a 44-yard reception for a touchdown? Unbelievable. So, this is strictly a special teams guy. Um, he was used a little bit more in Cincinnati. The usage here, I don't see it. And I think, 28 years old, if we were to get rid of him, you would save actually $1.966 million. So between him and Smythe, we're adding almost another $5 million, but just under $5 million between getting rid of the two of them. So, Clayton Fejedelem will live in infamy as being the man who allowed a touchdown at the worst time ever in that Kansas City game. And I just don't see a point of keeping a guy like this on the roster. We got other guys who can offer stuff on special teams that are younger, that are dogs and fighting for a spot. So to me, Clayton Fejedelem, appreciate the effort, but hey, that $1.966 million looks mighty fine and mighty more valuable than what he is on the football field. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to Clayton Fejedelem. I don't think he comes out of the training camp on this team. I'd be shocked. And then number 1 should be no surprise to anyone whatsoever, and that's Jakeem Grant. Jakeem Grant, what can we say that hasn't been said? I not a fan. I get he was second team All Pro on kick return, but guess what? Here's your problem, Jakeem. Waddle's arrived, Holland's arrived, Noah Benogany can do what you do. Robert Foster could probably do what you do. Sorry, bud. You're going to be 29 in October. You've offered us nothing since we drafted you in 2016. Your highest career output was last year, 373 yards, and you dropped almost everything, half of the throws your way. You only gave us 1 touchdown. You've given us 5 touchdowns in total, 1 a year since 2016. I mean, this guy, the one good thing I'll say about him is last year, out of the 173 yards, 182 of it was yak, and it was actually his third highest season in terms of yak per reception. He averaged 5.1, but in 2018 he averaged 6.8. In 2017 he added 11, averaged 11.5. 10.4 yards per reception when he actually caught the ball. And then on top of that, if you were to cut Jakeem Grant, you save $4.061 million. And he only has a dead cap hit this year of $600,000 and 1.2 next year. What's more valuable to this team, the $4 million or Jakeem Grant? So I'm going to go. That's it, Super V. He's had plenty of chances to prove himself. I mean, give us the money. I mean, look at between Fejedelem, Durham Smythe, and Jakeem Grant, our top 3 guys on this list, we've cleared up about $8 or $9 million. There is your either Ogba extension money or extension for, or rework contract, I should say, for Xavien Howard. Now, personally, I don't want Waddle returning kicks. I don't want Javon Holland returning kicks. Noah Benogany, if X is back, show me what you got, kid. Robert Foster, too, if he's going to make the team. Lynn Bowden can return kicks. People forget about this. He can be a kick returner. So I just, I'm sorry. Oh, if you trade DVP on top of that Florida born, that's another $11 million. You've added like $20 million. There you go, Corn. Let's see what Terrell Williams can do in returning kicks. Preston can too, Max says. Yeah. He got injured, though, on 2 years ago, didn't he? So I've dropped a link if you guys want to come up and discuss this stuff. But I just don't see Jakeem Grant making this team. I don't know what it is. I've been told privately as well that him and Malcolm Perry probably aren't making the team. That's just what I've been told. So it should really come off to no surprise to anyone that Jakeem Grant is number one on this list, because I mean, where's the usage for this guy? Right. We're going to pay him $4 million a year to return kicks? I don't think so. When we got guys on the cheaper who can actually return kicks as well. I just don't like, that's a lot of money to pay a kick returner who's, how many touchdowns a year does he actually offer you? I mean, we're not talking about freaking Devin Hester here. You know what I mean? We're talking about Jakeem Grant. So, I mean, and I hate to sound like this because people will think I'm hating on Jakeem Grant. I'm not. I just don't really see how we use this guy in the long run outside of as a kick return guy. And like I said, you want to pay this guy over $4 million to return kicks? Stop. And like Todd says, his drops, it's not even like they're just bad. Like, they kill drives. You go to that Vegas game, how many drives got killed because he couldn't make the catch? And Todd's right. It's bigger than a lack of production. He hurt us. I agree with that 110%. I just don't see what the usage for him long term is with the Miami Dolphins. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop the link. Some of y'all come on up here. Let's talk. Yesterday's video, we can talk about who you guys think are going to have breakout years. We can talk about who you guys think will not make this team. Yeah, we can go from there. This Aaron Rodgers thing is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. Another thing I wanted to plug too, help support Russell Voris during this hard time through Cash App. His GoFundMe was closed because the baby mama's family started to get involved. So, there's his Cash App. He lost his son on Father's Day, so go show some love to Russell. Appreciate you, Russell. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going good, bro. I really do, man. I haven't heard from you in a minute, so I hope everything is steady, everything is okay, man. Truly. And then at what price would you feel comfortable keeping Grant? I'll give him $1 million. I mean, really, what's he offering us right now? Really, what is he offering us right now? Ask yourself that question. I can't find a big value for the guy. So, all right, let's see here. What's going on, Comment? How you doing, buddy?
Sup? So I disagree with your the number one breakout player yesterday.
Okay.
And it should be Jakeem Grant.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I did at you on Instagram, by the way.
I haven't been on Instagram today. Oh,
there were some routes Waddle was doing.
Oh no, the workout video you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
I actually have it queued up here. Because I tweeted that video out today, actually. Got some love. Big E shared it and such like that. So let me show people what we're talking about here. People are commenting on like, why is he making so much noise while he's running these? But Just how he's breathing and releasing. This is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Never.
Yo, you know what's crazy? If you watch it, think about like a Nike or Gatorade commercial while you watch it.
Yeah.
That change of direction, though.
It's ridiculous. Where's the limp at? That's what I'm trying to find. Where's this limp Omar Kelly was talking about? I don't see it. Bro, I think that guy's going to have a massive year.
Yeah, same.
Like, Max says this video is breaking my ankles. Bro, Todd says the fastest player I've ever seen in person. Todd, are you a Bama fan? Did you watch him at Bama or whatever? Oh, no, he says went to Bama 4 times to watch him. Wow. So what do you think, bro? What are your thoughts? Would you use him on special teams as a returner?
If we need momentum, that's the only point.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's a talking point for people. Like, a lot of people are afraid of using him in that way. So, because of his injury, right? And didn't Preston get hurt 2 years ago?
I think so, yeah.
So, I mean, we have kind of a bad history, and I can only imagine how people will be flipping their lids if we were to lose Waddle for a portion of the season due to kick returns.
Dolphin Troy would just go.
Yeah, the problem too is, you invested the 6th overall pick in him. Are you going to use him that carelessly? You know what I mean? So, in terms of like making him vulnerable to big hits on, in situations like that. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I personally, I don't know, man. I personally, I'd see what Noah gives me. If we re-sign X, because Noah's such a good athlete and he's returned kicks before at Auburn, I would give it to Noah. I wouldn't give it to Javon Holland because I don't want him to get hurt again starting safety. Even Trill Williams makes you go, because that's our backup safety if our first safety gets hurt, I think. Lynn Bowden Jr., I mean, that's a perfect opportunity for him to get more snaps as a special teams player in terms of returning. I know Albert Wilson can return kicks as well. It's going to be really interesting to see how they handle that. I think it's one of those talking points that everyone's talking about, but no one's really putting it to the forefront of the discussion in terms of it's weird. It's like people are talking about it, but no one's paying attention to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Weren't they working on? Wasn't Lynn Bowden working on kick returns and stuff at OT as a mandatory camp?
I don't remember. I know he did them at Kentucky, so he's experienced. And this guy would know all about it. Florida-born Kentucky Brown. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, brother? What do you think about Salvon Ahmed taking a kick return? I mean, the guy's fast. Oh yeah, that's a great point.
Like how many running backs are do you think Salvon who would be your guys, give me your 4 running backs. I said, okay, I'm Flores, you're the running backs coach, you're Studesville. I say I need 4 running backs. Who would be your 4 running backs be?
Myles Gaskin, Jordan Scarlett, Malcolm Brown, Dokes.
That'd be the same. What would you be, Florida boy?
See, instead of Scarlett, I would have to give it to Ahmed because, I mean, he came in last season and, I mean, he showed up last season. I mean, wasn't he the first back to give us the 100 yards?
Yeah, he was because Gaskin was hurt, right?
Yeah. I mean, he showed up last year, and I think that counts for something. I get with the blocking, help with the pass block, but I think I really liked. Everybody else liked Gaskins, but I liked Salvon Ahmed. Gaskins is the better player, but I was like, man, I think this guy's going to be special. And then he came in and did the 100 yards. So I really want to see him have another season.
What if they hit us with a curveball and they use Lynn Bowden a little bit as a running back this year?
That would be awesome. I'd like to see some trick plays with him, like a halfback pass, like they would do with who was that? Ronnie Brown. Because he was a good quarterback at Kentucky. He wasn't nothing to write home about, but man, I'm telling you, we were struggling to get our offense going, and then Lynn Bowden came in, and it was like a spark for us, man.
What do you think of Waddle's workout video, Florida Born?
Oh, I love it. I can't wait because I seen how you what was it, that Cincinnati guy talking crap, like I went on there and I was like, bro, I said, bro, y'all might want to try to go get Watson or Rodgers. I said, because Burrows is done. That sneaky athleticism is gone.
Yeah. Yo, dude. I really, here's my thing with him. And I know it's not Dolphins talk, it's Bengals talk. Why are you coming back? You're not winning anything this year.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, what's the point? I don't get it. You got game experience last year. You know what the NFL is about. It's not like you didn't start last year.
Right.
I just don't get it. I really don't. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's internal pressure or it's just pressure to be the best at his position. But think about it this way. He threw way more than Tua last year, right? Yes. They were behind way more, and he kind of put up similar stats to a guy that only threw 290 times. If you're going to give me 85% of that or 80% of that health-wise, it's probably not going to be much.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
And to that fool that doesn't watch tape and says Dolphin fans are insane for thinking Waddle's better than Chase, bro, Waddle's a better route runner. Waddle's faster. Waddle's deadlier in open space.
And what did you prove? What did you prove with the film about the man-to-man press coverage?
Yeah, Chase isn't as strong as people say he is. He's not as dominant strength-wise as people give him credit for. Like, AJ Terrell, the cornerback from Clemson that the Falcons drafted, was giving him serious issues at the line. Now, he got beat a couple times by Chase, but I know Ballgame said it when he's up here. Corners get beat. Even the best corner in the world's going to get beat, okay? Yep. I'm not saying AJ Terrell's anywhere near the best corner in the world, but he got beat. And here's my other thing, too, with Chase. Opting out. You were 19 years old in a scheme made by Joe Brady, basically to create space for you, manufactured space for you. You used it. You didn't offer much after the catch like Jaylen Waddle does, okay? And instead of coming back one more year and working on your game and upping your game, you opted out. And I know why he did, because he knew he would have hurt his stock because he would have got exposed without Joe Burrow. And my whole issue with that is it's one thing to practice your route running and to practice your releases on a training on a training grounds in a session. It's another thing to actually apply it in game and be successful. And I haven't seen that from him.
And you know what else on top of that? Without Justin Jefferson, he wouldn't have had that other guy. They would have been keying on him.
I just don't get it, man. And anyone who thinks Ja'Marr Chase offers you the same traits and skill sets that Waddle does is high, because literally Ja'Marr Chase only is elite at the catch point. Other than that, he's not elite.
Man, you just hit the nail.
Dude, remember when I had Eric Crocker up here?
Yep.
That's a former NFL DB, and he was telling y'all this.
He was the number one guy, wasn't that his number one receiver?
Who? Waddle was, I think. It was Waddle or Devontae Smith. Yeah. Chase was like number 3, and he hadn't watched Rashad yet. I just don't I just don't see the fascination. I'm not going to sit here and say Jamar Chase is going to bust out, but I do not think he's going to live up to the hype that the media gave him going into the draft. Like, I think people are in for a rude awakening, and all the Dolphin fans that wanted Jamar Chase and fell for that hype are going to take a sigh of relief, bro.
Hey, you think he's going to have a lot pressure on him with the season Justin Jefferson put out? Him trying to,
Yeah, definitely.
And you know what's crazy? I actually had a higher grade on Justin Jefferson coming out than I did Jamar Chase.
Boy, you hit that on the...
Like, I know we have, and again, here's a point I made. Think about this for a sec. And I saw there was I made it this point yesterday. There was a Jets fan in the comments, Jets gang or whatever. And I said this: Waddle, we're hearing continuous stuff out of minicamp, right? You know, like the chemistry's there, he's making big plays, etc. Right? We have heard zero, zilch, nada about Jamar Chase. We haven't heard a damn thing, bro.
And he should be that alpha over there in Cincy.
You know what I mean? And then look at the people in the comments yesterday agreeing with me and Martin that, T. Higgins is probably the alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
I agree.
Like,
I haven't heard anything either.
Yeah, bro. Like, I haven't heard anything from him. And I've heard stuff from Devontae Smith out of Philadelphia. Like, and you know what would be crazy is if T. Higgins becomes the alpha and they drafted him in the second round and they wasted the 5th overall pick on Jamar Chase.
Well, they could have had Swell. You know, you saying that? That's crazy you saying that, because where I live, it's all Bengals fans, bro. All Bengals fans. And I am not hearing... Oh, it's bad. Trust me, man. But you know what? What is crazy, y'all? I live in a small town outside of Louisville, and there are a bunch of Dolphin fans popping up. It's crazy.
Wow. And you know what? Have you guys ever heard of the YouTuber Bangle?
Oh yeah.
No.
The video gamer guy? He plays Madden and stuff?
Yeah, I know him.
The guy straight up copied my big board style with like all 22 film and stuff like that. And it was after the fact that sorry, Todd, I had to just mute you because you got a lot of background noise going on. I'll unmute in a sec. Me and him got into it when Devontae Smith won the
Heisman,
won the national championship. And we got into it because I said I actually would take Terrace Marshall over Chase based on draft value alone. And he didn't understand what I was saying. What I was saying was I would take Terrace Marshall over him because I could get him in the second round. I wouldn't have to spend a top 15 pick like I would on Jamar Chase. So I think the draft value is higher for Terrace Marshall. And you know what, bro? I wouldn't be surprised if Terrace Marshall Jr. has a better career.
He is in that Joe Brady offense now.
Yeah, man, because he got drafted by the Carolina Panthers, right? And bro, he reminds me of DK so much.
He does a little bit.
Fast, big, he runs better routes than DK did, but fast, big, kind of a freak for his size. I think Terrace Marshall is going to be really good, man.
Do you think that game would have been closer between Bama and LSU if Terrace Marshall was there?
Because that second half was all Bama, man.
Yeah, that game was a massacre.
Todd, what's going on, buddy? You there, bud?
Might be muted.
I unmuted him. He's got a ton of feedback coming through.
Where did Rashad Bateman go to?
Ravens.
Yeah, Baltimore Ravens. Remember, I actually got that right on my mock draft.
That's the guy I'm intrigued on seeing.
Bro, I think he's going to have another guy who I think's going to have a better career than Jamar Chase. Buddy, that guy's so special. He offers you everything that Jamar Chase offers you, man. Everything. Except he's a way better route runner.
That the Bama team was this year, not going to lie.
Well, with Mac and Devontae and Michi and stuff.
Yeah, and Najee was like, man, that I was thinking that after the Ohio State beat Clemson, I thought that game was going to be closer.
Yeah,
But imagine if Tua would have been there.
Oh, wow. Super V did Chase dirty. He said Chase is a higher grade Leonte Carew. Wow. Ouch. Super V just did him so dirty
Leonte
right
Carew.
there. What a bust Carew was, too. My God.
Oh, man.
Wow, that's painful. Oh, man. I would laugh if someone actually went up to him and said that. That'd be the funniest video I've ever seen in my life. What's going on, Irving? How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, Reason? Nothing much, bro.
Are you going to training camp this year?
Hell yeah, I'm going to training camp this year.
Bro, you need to send
man,
me
I go
notes.
every year.
You need to send me notes.
Say what?
You need to send me notes.
Oh,
Be
for
that
real?
guy on the ground.
Bring your pad, bro. Bring your pen and pad and send me some notes, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yo, because the media is
Sure.
only going to give us so much, right?
Yeah.
I reached out to Omar Kelly today to see if he wants to come on the show.
And
Oh yeah.
We'll see he hasn't hit me back yet. We'll see if he hits me back.
that's probably going to be a no.
Yeah.
They probably scared Reason might serve him up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he could come on. Well, he did show up. I think he showed up on one of the. I think he showed up on Big E show on Dolphins.
Yeah,
Talk.
Dolphins Talk, and I hit them up, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Yo, we don't even have Omar Kelly's contact." They reached out to him like through a public Twitter thread, and he said yes. And I'm a private dude. I want to see if I can get these people private. But I was given his email, but I was told when I was given his email that he doesn't really, by someone who's had him on the show multiple times, and I was told like he doesn't really answer his email because there's a lot of hate mail.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, that'd probably be Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphin fans are not big, huge fans of Omar Kelly. Is what it
Somebody
is. I
s-
think we'd have a pretty good conversation.
Somebody said
Yeah.
that he was a Ravens fan. Is that true?
Wait,
No,
what?
well, people say that because he always looks at like the Ravens mold of how they built things.
Who wouldn't, right?
I ain't mad
You know
at
what I mean?
that.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it, but he's not like yeah. I think he grew up a. Oh, Todd,
Well-
you need to email that to me. Phinside@gmail.com. And you need to tell him he needs to come on here, bro. Because Todd says reason he's a good friend of mine. If you need his phone number, bro, you need to link that. Let me get him on here, bro.
Just don't put it in the chat.
Yeah, don't put it in the chat. Email me Phinside@gmail.com. Send that to me, bro. You know what? Like, I don't even hate on Omar. Like,
Me
something
neither.
I
That guy
don't.
isn't used to him. Yeah.
Yeah, but some people don't agree with them, and there's times I don't agree with them. But the guy keeps it real. Like, that's
he
why I
does.
can't hate on him. You know what I mean? Like, at least he doesn't sugarcoat it. You know what I mean? Like, I would say him, Shad, and Barry Jackson are probably, and Cameron Wolf are
Cameron
probably
Wolf.
the only guys I really even pay attention to.
Yeah.
Oh, Lightning scored.
Attaboy. See, I told you I was going to win that. We're
I
gonna win that,
actually
bro.
want the Cannons to win because the Tampa Bay's mayor is a little cocky.
Yeah, didn't the mayor come up before the game and say he wanted them to lose in Montreal so they could win in Tampa? Something like
Yeah.
that? Uh-oh, here comes Pyro.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're gonna win. They're gonna win, bro. All right, I gotta ask you this. Give me your top 3 in order, because this has been a topic of discussion. I know Irving saw me and Clump going back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Give me your top 3 in
Yeah.
order, or give me your 4, whatever. Give me your top 3 or 4 in order. Miami Dolphins in receiving yardage.
All right, I'll go first. Waddle, not Waddle. 4, Waddle, Wilson, DVP.
Irving.
I'm going with Fuller. I think second's gonna be Waddle. DVP, and then Wilson.
Florida born.
I'm gonna go crazy with it, but I got this feeling it's gonna be Wilson, then Fuller, Waddle, and then DVP. I think Albert Wilson, man, I think he's gonna come out and show off.
Wow.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yep.
I actually
I think Waddle's gonna be second. Right?
Yeah, I think I agree with like Irving and Comet. Like you can swap Wilson and DVP, but I think people are really sleeping on the year that Wilson's gonna have, man. Like I'm just telling you what I've been told privately by people that have like worked out with him off screen. What I've been told, he's been one of the best wide receivers at picking up the playbook. I've been told he's one of the smartest wide receivers that they've seen at perform. They've also said that, we already knew this. I said he's one of the best route runners of the team. They're saying he's one of the best route runners they've ever worked with.
And they're giving him reps on the boundary.
Yep.
He's so crisp.
Exactly. That's the key, Florida born. That's why I said on Twitter today, I think he'd get 800 plus yards because he's not pigeonholed to the slot like Waddle's going to be or like Bowden's going to be.
I also have Wilson
That's true.
in
Good
the
point.
receiver corps and receiving yards too, because like you say, he's dynamic. He can play in the slot, the boundary. He's like you said, he's smart. He learns to play. But he's like, and when I heard about that, I was freaking shocked because I thought it was just Waddle. But it shows you how smart the guy is, man. He's a professional. He knows, like that's why I say I'm not putting Waddle so high because I feel like they're gonna ease him in there. So Waddle might be my third guy. I would also say Will Fuller, will be second, and then Parker will be fourth because how slow he's learning the playbook.
Yeah, here's my thing. I actually expect a down year from DVP.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
He's struggling with the playbook, ain't he?
Yeah, and from what I've been told,
that's not a good sign.
And I think he's gonna. I don't know. I have a bad feeling. And you guys know where I'm going with that.
I don't know, but and I already said it. Louisville, that college, man, in terms of getting their receivers ready for the next level, they're not very good at that, man. That's why, you look at their track record so far, man, it's not very good. Their receivers, the learning curve is very, very, very hard for them, and you see it right there. As soon as the playbook get more complex, Parker is struggling, and I'm not blaming Parker. I'm just blaming the situation that he was in Louisville, man. If he was playing in a different school, I'm pretty sure we'll hear more. Right? Yeah.
Did you see the videos of Najee with Pittsburgh today? He was looking good over there in that Pittsburgh jersey.
Oh man,
who that is? Who said that?
Florida born, Kentucky grown.
Oh, okay, Florida born. We'll talk about this backstage, man. We'll talk about it. We'll finish that conversation. Let's just keep the show rolling real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute for me, okay? It's been a minute. I gotta get warmed
recovering, man.
I couldn't hear this Louisville slander.
Oh no, Kentucky! Please don't tell me you're a Louisville fan. Please don't tell me. Don't say that.
What are you, bro? He defends every school in like the Kentucky region, bro. Like,
oh
you can't
my god!
What are you? What are you a fan of? Who's your college team? Kentucky born?
Oh, I'm diehard Kentucky, but like you said, I love them all. But I think
Jamin Davis is a sleeper for Rookie of the Year too.
Man,
defensive Rookie of the Year. Y'all know how much I love that guy coming out anyway.
Yeah, man. You
went to Washington, bro. That defense is stacked.
That is. I think.
Let me just say this real quick. Reasoning has been preaching that man's name as much as he preached Panay, bro. I'm telling you, I remember, man. I know.
Bro, he's a beast, bro. And
yeah, you put me on to him, man.
Sewell, Jamin, and Bolton.
You will show me the highlights of him, man.
And Nick Bolton went to Kansas City.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put me on the Bolton, bro. That dude Mean.
He put me on both, man. He put me on both.
You know what I think what's going to affect DVP too? I have to say this too because I don't think I said it yesterday. Think about this. This is the first time he's had a quarterback that fits his skill set with Wilson in terms of quick rhythmic passing. And the problem DVP might have is when you look around, guys like Wilson, Fuller, and they're natural separators. Waddle too, natural separators. Like, here's my thing. Let's say DVP is the first read, right? And I look at him and the coverage is tight. Yes, he's got inside leverage, but the defender's right there. Because you can always go back to your read, right? And then my second read is like Fuller or Waddle. Bro, there's a good chance once I come to that second read, I ain't going back to the first read.
Agreed.
I think that's what's going to hurt him is his lack of natural separation.
Think he might be a big red zone guy?
Yeah, but he's got to be better in the red zone. He made that spectacular catch in the back corner, and then all of a sudden they couldn't duplicate that magic after.
Yeah.
I would honestly say, now that you mentioned that, yeah, he's a good red zone threat, but remember in the KC game, a crucial touchdown he dropped. Man, that hurt it, man. That hurt it.
Everyone
They took the win out of ourselves, man.
That's true. And I remember you in ball game when you guys were doing the all 22 films. I saw him a lot. He was allowing cornerbacks to gain inside leverage on him. Like they were getting inside of him and they were boxing him out. They just allowed him to. He allowed the DBs to box him out whenever there was jump balls.
Oh, I know ball game was losing his mind over how he was running his fades in the red zone.
Right.
I remember he was losing his mind because of what you were saying. He wasn't because he would like take the inside and then fade out instead of just going outside and fading. I think that's what the issue was.
And
he's got to see
because he was telling him, hey, he should get inside, get leverage on the DB and box him out instead of letting the DB do that to you, bro. Because you're the bigger body receiver,
Yeah.
So I remember that.
But to add on to that, and many people said this. This is why, thank God, Damien isn't here. But I mean, Jesus Christ. But that's another reason why Williams is getting kind of a look more than what Parker is in terms of you've seen it during the Arizona game. He's just as physical as Parker, and he can get the separation. Plus, he doesn't let the QB get the leverage. I just look at the problem. The knock on him is that the health issues. But if he overcomes that,
and he gets the drops, he's at the worst times too.
Yeah. But also a reason if he overcomes that health issue, which is a big detriment to him right now, I would honestly say he'll leapfrog Parker.
I wouldn't
because he got chemistry with Tua just like that.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's the first guy that popped off with Tua, really. And the guy was a second, third round wide receiver, and it was only because of a domestic that we got him as a UDFA.
Yep. Wait, was he really?
Yep.
Yeah,
he was undrafted. That's why we were saying. If you look at it, that's why I was comparing him and Kirk Merritt. Great talent, just off the field issues just made him go undrafted.
Yeah, one sends dick pics, the other one gets accused of hitting his girlfriend, bro. Shit.
Damn.
But Preston's domestic got dropped. So
yeah,
and you know what? Here's the other thing.
Lack of evidence.
Just like Wilson, Preston's in a contract year. And you know how it is for Dolphins. These guys ball out in their contract years, get their contract, and then they go back to what they were. So,
drop off.
I mean, this will be the perfect year for them to actually ball out if you think about it. All the pressure's on this year, so especially with Tua, I think you want your receivers to ball out this year more than you want to ball out every year, but especially
you know what though? You know what, too, man? I hope for Preston's sake he's healthy by training camp because he's already behind the curve.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
With the new playbook and this loaded room full of playmakers, yeah, you got them catching up to do, kid.
Yeah, man. You miss OTAs in minicamp. Oh man.
What about Robert Foster?
I think it's going to be him or Merritt or Hollins for that 7th spot.
Man,
He had
I'm
a good
sorry.
game.
Give it to Foster.
No,
Probably
hold up. Now that goes to merit. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to lose that to no
Bro.
I swear to God,
Dog.
somebody go get him.
I'll put this guy on special teams, okay? Bro, not even returning. I just want him barreling down and laying people out at his sides, bro.
Yeah, look how big he is. Put him in special teams shit.
It's clotheslining football, bro. Just like,
He built like a freaking running back. So
I mean, let's be honest. Why can't he be a gunner? The guy's got like 4.4 speed. You know, he can run down the sideline very quickly to tackle the kick or punt returner. Why couldn't he?
and he has the bigger body, muscle density, and in terms of thickness to you be able to survive all that punishment, man. You got to look
he's
at
6'1", 214, bro.
I'll try to make him a kick return.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Kurt Merritt.
Yeah, bro. He's dude. Have you guys seen him this offseason? I know I had him in one of my thumbnails a couple months ago, but the guy is like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
he is.
Screw it. Make him a tight end.
Big dude.
He's a gym rat.
Yep.
He's a gym rat. They said it. When he was in college, he's a gym rat.
He needs a phone without a camera on it. That's all. We're good.
I'm just saying, man. Once I'm telling you, when he went there at practice and he saw all that training equipment, he lost his damn mind. He fainted.
Look at this, bro.
Reason the mayor said, he said, on schedule.
Shit.
Dang.
Look at he's saying to Jakeem,
Is that Jakeem Grant?
Yeah. He's saying to Jakeem, this is a workout body, bro. Look at the
Yeah,
pause.
for real.
Look at the like legs on this guy, bro.
Like a Terminator,
apparently, Sebastian told me that like whenever he came out for the sessions, they would tease him because it was only every time he took off his shirt, and they're like he'd make a catch, and they're like, "Oh, here he comes! He's taking off his shirt." And I agree with what Drip said. He is exactly like a David Boston, but like the good David Boston.
Yeah, not the juiced up one. I know you're talking about. I know he's.
So why didn't he get to see any playing time last year?
Look at this.
I think he got COVID.
He got hurt, and then look at that. He got hurt, and then he got COVID. And I think similar thing. We're talking about wide receivers. I think they wanted, because he came from Arkansas State, he didn't really have a nuanced route tree, so they wanted to work on it.
Yeah, kind of let him develop.
Yeah.
Especially with this complicated playbook.
Imagine this guy barreling down at you, and you're this little, 5'10" guy returning the football, bro.
Bro, nah, just not even that.
Rip. Rip.
I see this guy running at me, and I'm a fucking safety. Oh, I'm just like, hey, just get the touchdown, bro.
Rip defender.
Bro, you just reminded me of something, bro. I remember one time we were we were running the scout offense, and this was in high school, scout offense, and it was the starting defense. And I forget what happened. Some guy got hurt for a player. I would always be that guy because I was never allowed to do tunnel love or whatever. So I'd always jump in whenever I could. I did the same thing in college too. So I always jumped in saying, "Yo, I'll go in for the guy for a couple of snaps or whatever," right? And just as a shit gig, right? And bro, I'll never forget this. I forget what happened, but one of the running backs too, our starting running back was just on the scout offense for a couple plays. Bro, and this guy loved and lived for the contact. Little white guy named Brent Hickey loved the contact. Bro, that guy came around the edge, and I was playing linebacker. I was strong side. This guy comes around the edge, and bro, I literally went and let him go by me, bro. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? This guy puts his head down, and it's a wrap for me. No, thank you. Same thing with Kirk Merritt. Kirk Merritt's coming at me, bro, and I'm a safety, I'm a corner, I'm a linebacker. I'm like,
yeah, bro. Hey,
here's your lane.
I'm pretend like my cleat came off my foot. I'm like, oh shit, I stumbled. Oh no.
Pull a hammy.
Yeah.
Just take a couple steps towards him and pull a hammy.
Yeah, no, like I say, oh, I got a Charlie horse, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got enough water.
What's up with Steeler players?
Hey, I'm out, fellas. I'll catch you guys later.
Take it easy, Irving.
Like,
All right.
like AB, Juju, now Devin Bush.
Oh, what with social media?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see Devin Bush saying he's like Albert Einstein and stuff?
Apparently, he can only tweet 2 times a day now.
You damn right, CB83. I'm throwing those oh shit blocks. You damn right. Go.
Just go head on, bro.
Yeah. You damn right, Bones. I didn't play defense. I was a quarterback. I was one of the guys that I wasn't allowed, basically. I wore a red shirt in practice, okay? Remember that. Call me soft, call me whatever. I would sit back and watch the Tunnel of Love and just be like, these guys are fucking crazy right now, bro. And they get all juiced up. I've explained what the Tunnel of Love is. Ball Game says they don't run it anymore. I don't know that. But what you'd have is like 2 lines. And what you'd have is one player would come on one side, run to the end of the line and come up the middle. The other player would run on the other side, come up through the middle, and they'd meet in the middle of the line. The line on each side and just full contact.
I always loved Bull in the Ring.
Yeah, I never did any of that, bro. I got to watch. I was a spectator. Sucked.
I was always one of those little guys that would tackle with reckless abandonment. And then when I hit my freshman year, I grew like 6 inches and put on like 60 pounds, bro. When I went down to South Florida, they was like, where is this crazy redneck come from?
The little guy? Yo, the little guys always have the heart. CB83 reason we hated guys like you at practice, Okie drill, and the QB sitting over there chilling. Bro, I didn't, in all my fairness, I didn't chill. I would take one of my buddies was the kicker, and I'd take him over and I'd just hold for him. And he just kicked like 55, 60-yard bombs. What's crazy is, I'll never forget this. Our kicker was ranked in the top 50 of players in our region. He was in the top 10. A kicker, bro. He got a full scholarship to a college out on the East Coast, like a power school. And he, like in Canada, a power school is nothing down compared to the U.S. But, dude, he took the full ride and didn't even play. He just wanted his education, didn't even care about. Steve Green was his name. Ginger kid, English, had a big red ginger fro, and drove like a 1960-something Austin Mini Cooper, and just he didn't care. Like he got this free ride, went there and did that. He didn't even care to play. So,
yeah, man. Some people who like
King says I played QB and still played Bull in the Ring. I wasn't allowed to. Like you want to hear something? I wasn't even allowed to play from the rugby team because a lot of our players played on the rugby team as well. I was specifically told no. So
yeah, they can't afford you to get hurt.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, King, but your coach was tripping, man. To have you out there, man. Because if you get hurt, your team season is done. I'm just saying, bro. Because your quarterback is valuable, man. You see, they do it in the NFL, bro. That shit is serious.
Yeah. You get lit up, buddy. Unless you're a third string or whatever, right? Then the ball.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the Replacements where that freaking SWAT guy tackles Keanu Reeves. He's like, I'm sorry, I see red and I'm like a bull. I just got to attack.
Trip Entertainment says our QB was our starting safety. There was only one school I could remember that allowed their quarterback to play both ways, and he was actually a safety as well. His name was Dante. What the hell was his last name? Dante Luciani. And they allowed him to play safety. He played for St. Thomas Aquinas out here. And it's because he was a crazy athlete. He was one of those quarterbacks that didn't have a good arm, but he could like run like crazy, right? So that's why he played that too. Oh, King said he played safety too. There you go. So you played a lot of up here. They didn't allow you to play both sides. King Truth says, yeah, coaches in MD didn't give a damn in the 90s. There you go.
He sure didn't. Damn.
Woo back said, now that's a real sport, rugby. Damn, yo, rugby and those scrums, bro, are relentless, bro. They kick, scratch, kick you they punch you in the balls. They do everything.
I couldn't handle wearing those shorts.
So who wears shorts? Da 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 da.
Wait, who was the quarterback that Tom called a
Who?
Tom Brady called a quarterback some, I don't
they're talking about you're gonna keep him instead of taking Tom Brady. He's talking about that comment Tom Brady made.
They said it was Derek Carr.
Derek Carr said he wasn't the one.
Well, they don't know who.
No, Benjamin Albright came out and said it was Tannehill.
Oh, what?
Tennessee?
Really?
For Tennessee?
Tennessee, yeah.
Oh, they played.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there you go. Steve Rhodes. Luciani ended up playing wide receiver. Did you Google that, or did you live in Canada, bro? He also says he played rugby, saw a guy's knee inverted after a hit. Yeah, Benjamin Albright came out like when that story broke and said it was Ryan Tannehill. And even since then, everyone's put out articles saying, "Oh, it was Miami. Oh, it was this guy. Oh, it was that guy." And Ben Albright's like one of the most dead-on guys there is. And if he says it's Ryan Tannehill, it's Ryan Tannehill.
It makes sense. And,
it does. You know why? Apparently, he hates Ryan Tannehill, bro, because of
I wonder why.
Ryan Tannehill's success against him, right?
Really, that's why?
Bro, imagine if Tom Brady was on that Titans team, though.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah,
they wouldn't make the Super Bowl.
And getting Julio,
they would have won the Super Bowl, bro.
Oh, bro, dude, yeah. And now he would have had Julio,
yep.
Bro. Him with Derrick Henry as his running back. Oh my god!
Oh my God,
bro, that's just.
And then Rob Gronkowski somehow.
Imagine if we would have had Brady and
I know
Tua sitting behind him, man. That could have been the perfect teacher for Tua,
he
man.
Ain't coming here to Florida born. He's not coming here.
Tom has gotten so much more savage. Not gonna lie.
He's out of that Patriot.
He doesn't have freaking Belichick breathing down his damn neck all the time. I'm telling you, bro.
That
he boy. Hey, you see all that personality coming out as soon as he got freaking Belichick's like a goddamn dictator over there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He was lit after that Super Bowl, bro.
Tell you, man, some people can take their personality for so long, bro. They can take it for so long.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So where you think N'Keal Harry's gonna go to?
Bro, that guy's not very good, bro.
I know.
Why are Dolphin fans want another receiver, man? Like, that's the last thing we would ever need.
And him too. The guy doesn't separate worth a damn. Like, he literally just won contested balls in college. Like, that's how it was his bread and butter.
They just look at the name and just say, "Well, we could get him," because it's all about the namesake, bro. They don't look at the play. People are casuals. I keep telling these people, the casuals will expose themselves.
The perfect thing for us would be Schwartz if he's healthy. That would be perfect for us, man.
Yeah, that would.
But Ballgame was saying something about he wasn't healthy or something. I know he got hurt last year, but
he did. He's I don't know.
What was
how
it? His ankle?
No, it was his back, wasn't it? Like his
shit.
spine or something. His spine, wasn't it?
That might be why.
Damn, his spine.
Something with his spine, I think. That's why teams are kind of shying away from him, man. That shit, spinal injury it's nothing to joke about.
At all.
You know what I was thinking about? What did we get to get Eichenberg? We gave a third, right?
Yeah.
Next
We
game.
could, instead of using that third to get Hudson, we used it to get Eichenberg.
Mm-hmm.
We should have did reverse. We should have got the tackle. I forgot his name.
Tevin Jenkins.
Yeah, Jenkins, and then you should have got Holland with the trade up. That's what you should have done. That's it. That's it.
I'm still wondering why. I was like, as soon as Javonte Williams just pick, I was like, oh man, all right, let's draft Tevin Jenkins, and then we picked Javon Holland. It was like, why did we pick?
I'm telling you, man, it's Flores. Getting in the way. I don't know if maybe Greer would have got him. I don't know. I can't say for certain, but it's just that he's the best tackle left on that board. Go and get him. It's not like your offensive line have stability in the middle.
Yeah, it makes me sick, bro. I look at the Chargers. What they do? Go out and made moves on the line. Arizona moves on the line. Even Chicago, man.
No, bro. Listen, bro.
Like, what the fuck?
Florida. You forgetting in the one team in your division that you beat twice. You swept them. The fucking Jets. The Jets did more than you.
And they got Mekhi Becton already, man.
Yes.
It's sad, bro. It's like they need offensive voice up there.
What was that tackle they got for cheap?
Oh, the dude from Washington, right?
Yeah.
Moses, wasn't it? Moses?
Yep.
Yeah, Morgan Moses.
There you go.
No, their offensive line is actually.
And they got Vera Tucker, didn't they? Weren't they the one that got Vera Tucker?
Becton, Vera Tucker, what's his face? McGovern at center, Van Rotten at right guard, and Morgan Moses. Like, they actually have a really good offensive line. Yeah.
And we go and get fucking Skura.
Yeah, I know, eh?
Our problem was what? Old boy couldn't snap the ball to Tua, and now we get a center that's worse.
I wouldn't say he's worse. You're just hoping that he'll go back to being good.
He's like a pubic hair upgrade over him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't say he's worse, but he's not better. You didn't move the needle, is what I'm trying to say. You didn't move the needle.
They might have faith in Dieter.
Okay. You see, that's the thing. That's the thing right there. You're banking on hope. You hope Dieter takes the next step. You hope
that never has played the position.
You hope Jackson plays better and don't let people, get up in his face and fuck him up. You hope Leon Eichenberg doesn't let his, short arms, get, that be taken advantage of. You hope lots of things to happen. You hope it doesn't rain in fucking Florida, so Skura doesn't fucking. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit. That's why.
And who's gonna catch all the shit? Tua. Even though last year with that garbage line, what was Tua? Second at avoiding this whatever stat reason showed at avoiding the sack. Had a horrible line and was one of the best at avoiding it. You have the same problem this year, and Tua's still gonna catch the shit. And it's bullcrap, man. We gotta point the finger at coaching staff instead of
office. Yes, because they are the top. It's not the owner. They are the top. They make the decisions. They make all the choices when it comes to the draft. And you look at this. The Jets improve in terms of. I ain't talking about the offensive line. I'm talking about the defense line. Improved. The freaking Pats. You give it to them. They improved too. The Bills. They didn't improve, but they didn't regress either. And you're still pussyfooting around when it comes to this fucking the trenches. And
question mark.
It's a question mark. You hope, like I said, you hoping that they can play up to the level that you want, potentially. And I'm saying like this, you gotta look at that schedule, bro. Well, that's a lot I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of pressure
Especially
coming on these rookie. I'm talking about offensive line. These rookie offensive linemen to perform. Especially you going in Foxborough, man. That's not an
man.
easy fucking place to play in. Especially to the sophomore.
And then you got the Colts defense in Tampa Bay back to back.
Yeah, you got Super Bowl champs. And that's prime time, right? So it's prime time, and there's Super Bowl champs.
It's like I sit back and as much as I love Waddle and we all love Waddle, it's like Penei Sewell would have helped this team more than Waddle. Especially seeing now that Wilson is looking so good. Like, man, I love Waddle. That's the only rookie jersey I got right now, but I really wish we would have got Penei Sewell, and then it would have been less of a question mark on this O-line.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah, we gotta see how it play out.
When it comes down to, I don't mind like say we get a receiver in the draft and we hope he plays good. Like, I don't mind that. My problem is you're doing that when it comes down to one of the most, other than quarterback, one of the most important positions in football is the trenches. That dictates if whether you win or lose.
Yeah.
That's why I really don't like to play games when it comes down to improving or, degrading, just not doing anything when it comes to that position, man. It's not something to take lightly. And fans are literally saying, "Oh, it's the quarterback. The quarterback needs to play up to what's around him." It's like, first of all, when people compare Brady and Rodgers and stuff, these players, Rodgers, they had years of experience. They know, how to avoid pressure, and when it comes to the next level. Tua, that's his rookie season, man. How you gonna expect him to play like a freaking a veteran? Rodgers. I mean, how you expect him to play like Rodgers off the bat like that?
And that's
it makes sense. It makes sense for Rodgers to, elevate his team because he's been doing it for years. He's been playing the game for years. He knows what's up.
Look who he learned from.
Yeah, but that's a good point too. But you look at the greats. They've been playing this game for years, man. They had time to develop.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They basically their teams gave them a chance to develop to what they are now. And what we're doing is we're not giving to that chance. And I really don't like that.
And that's what kind of scares me with what I don't know what Reason knows with this whole flow thing. I don't want to think what I think it is. Like he's just hanging this kid out to dry because he didn't want the pick. And that would be a really, really shitty person to do that, man.
And in Florida, and that's why I don't really. And I said this when we first hired Flores. I said, please do not be like the other Bill Belichick disciples, because what they try to do, they try to be just like him. And as soon as they step foot in the door, they want to be like him. They want to do everything like him. It's like, bro,
be your own guy.
Bill Belichick got the way he was because one, he started winning. That became apparent after he started winning and stuff. You need to get there first before you can start swinging your fucking dick around.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Get there first. And and the fact that you're doing that and you haven't won anything yet is very, very concerning for me. Because when you start winning, holy shit, that's all I can say. That's why I don't really like Bill Belichick disciples, man. They try to be like the guy. It's like, yeah, you can take some aspects of his game, but be yourself.
Yes, be your own coach. Take what you've learned, apply it, but don't go and try to be a cookie cutter cutout, man. Take what you learn, be your own coach, man.
Yeah, you want to be a good coach and stuff. Take somebody you didn't want like Tua or whatever, and make him a winning quarterback. You know, wouldn't you feel better if you took
Yeah,
somebody that you didn't want and you
I know it.
still won with him?
Yes, exactly. That'd make him look
Wouldn't,
better.
That's even
wouldn't that
better.
make you? Wouldn't that be a big chip on your shoulder that you say, damn, I took the guy that I thought we weren't gonna win with, and we won with him.
And I made it work.
I made it work.
That's probably why they was going in on one of the two Alabama receivers to make up for it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think
It's just you were going tackle. You're going tackle, and you don't take the best tackle on the board. I don't know, that kind of, especially with how deep the receiving pool was. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I love Waddle. It's just you're going tackle and you settle. Like I think tackle was our biggest need, in
But
my
you know what?
opinion.
You know what, Florida boy? You know what? It made it more easier to swallow if you would have got one of the top centers that was in free agency.
Yes.
That'd be one of them, or you would, at least address the fucking, interior of the line. Then I'm like, well, okay, we didn't get we should have got him, but I could swallow my pride and say, shit, at least we walked away with Jenkins.
Maybe it was possible. They got shaken out of their boots when Moulton signed that big contract in Carolina, so they was a little nervous. And they just got on their heels ever since.
I don't know.
Wasn't there something about Tevin Jenkins coming out, like something about mental health or something that needed to be coached up about that as well?
Interview is what Reason said, something about he did bad in an interview or something. But I'm like, I let football talk. I ain't gonna go off of a damn interview. I'm gonna go off of what the film says.
Yeah.
And like kind of like what you said, Pyro. That's off of what you were saying with the free agency. That's kind of what got me. You went in free agency and got a guy like Fuller, so why not then go into the draft knowing you just got a speedy guy like Fuller and get Penei Sewell, and then get a receiver later on down the road, or vice versa. Instead of getting Fuller, go get the center.
Because Bateman was still there when you got what's his name? Jenkins. Not Jenkins.
Phillips.
Not Phillips. What's his name? Eichenberg. He was still there. Bateman was still there. Oh, no. He got my bad. He went first. He went the first. My bad.
You know what I would have done?
Remembering stuff.
Pick Sewell at 6 and got Devontae Smith at 9.
Yeah, you could have did that. Yeah, because you had enough capital.
They didn't want to. They didn't want to give away no draft capital, bro. They didn't want to do that.
That's what sucks about
they
the whole
had Sewell and Smith. Yeah,
that's what gets me biggest with
I'm so much higher on our offense than you guys are this year. I hear all you guys with the problems with the line and stuff like that. I just think that it is going to look so different this year with the weapons we added. A different mindset at offensive coordinator, a healthy Tua. It's going to be so much different. We threw Tua into the fire, but also, the instruction was, we have a top 5 defense. We have good special teams. We are in the playoff hunt. Your greatest strength is the fact that you don't turn the ball over. Be a game manager. And Tua did an amazing job being a game manager as a rookie, with weapons that couldn't get open. And he was told, you know what? They didn't play for Tua to be prolific. And in the fantasy football era, that's why fans are down on him, because they don't watch film, they don't understand the game, but they know that Tua did nothing for a fantasy team. And meanwhile, Herbert and Burrow threw up games because they game planned. When the Chargers and the Bengals game plan, they understood that the best shot they had to win was to get into a shootout. They game planned games that, we're going to go and we're going to try to win 31-34 football games. We've had an entirely different system, an entirely different game plan. Let's win with defense. Let's win with field position. Let's not turn the ball over. And so Tua's hanging up 180 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. And, everybody looks at it and goes, well, he's a lousy fantasy football player. He's not succeeding. The kid went 6-3. And even if you give Fitzpatrick the Raiders win, which he deserves, that makes Tua 5-3, which means he had the same exact record as Fitzpatrick, except for with a far less healthy roster. And his wins were the Chargers, the Cardinals on the road, the Rams. Fitzpatrick's wins were 2 against the Jets, 1 against the Jaguars, a very good game against San Francisco, and
that was it.
2 series against the Raiders.
Let's be real here. Fitzpatrick didn't really win. He played good, but let's be real here. That defense really they showed up and they just smacked. They just punched 49ers in the mouth, and
they
the rest was history at that point.
They ran Garoppolo off the field.
Because every time we turnovers, baby. What do people say about turnovers? You get the ball back, plus you get in good field position. That's what happened.
What's that stat?
We kept putting Fitz in good field position. That's what happened in that game.
What was it? Name an AFC.
Yeah, but they did put up 42 points.
AFC quarterback that done. Oh man, what was it about Tua? No other AFC quarterback has had a rookie season or something like that.
Yeah, name an AFC quarterback, AFC East quarterback in the last decade that's had a better season than Tua Tagovailoa. You can't.
With one of the worst O-lines
and weapons. And what's crazy is everyone wants to take what Tua says at face value, and they actually want to sit here and believe him when he said in that interview where he talked about the playbook about how our receivers last year were quote unquote phenomenal. You know what I mean?
They take everything.
Not only did he not have continuity with his receivers for all the reasons that we've talked about, don't forget he lost his starting running back as soon as he got it. Gaskin got hurt 1 week in. He loses Preston Williams and someone who looked like he had chemistry in the Cardinal game. EVP was already banged up and wasn't 100%. The kid had to adjust to new personnel every week. And Andre did a good job, but he never even had the same running back.
Don't forget,
his backfield was in shambles. Yeah,
he had an in-depth coordinator. Don't forget that.
And that's what pisses me off with all these people that talk crap. Look at all that. What's the one thing you want your quarterback to do? Be able to handle pressure. And look at all the crap he overcame.
Yeah.
To the coordinator, to the O-line, to the weapons, to the running back, to what play we're going to argue with what play we're going to play. All that, and still put out a solid rookie season. And people want to sit here and call him this and call him that. It's just, I wish the O-line was more secure. So I hate all this crap this kid is getting, man. And I know all y'all do too. And I know it's over and over. It's sad to see such a humble kid who is a God-fearing kid, family man, catch so much crap, man.
Yeah,
it doesn't pay to be nice, man.
The world we live in, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't pay to be nice.
No doubt about it, but it's not going to take long to change it this year. It's going to look so different. Patrick Mahomes, he's the gold standard. He's great, but we got to realize when he walks up to the line of scrimmage, he has the 2 greatest mismatches in the NFL. Before the ball snapped, he has Kelsey, who is already a mismatch, and he has Tyreek Hill, that's the fastest player in the NFL, and an absolute mismatch, which means that they get to dictate coverage, they get to dictate what personnel's on the field. Mahomes already has 2 reads made in his head because he's already knows the mismatches he has. We've built an offense now where we have mismatches on the field.
To mimic that.
Actually dictate defensive personnel. We could dictate coverage with just players on the field. You know what an advantage that gives a quarterback? To come to the line and have 2 reads already that this is a mismatch and this is a mismatch. And that's why, reason to me, it was Kyle Pitts or Waddle at 3 even, because they are natural mismatches. You could tell me, listen, Chase may beat his one-on-one every single play, and that's wonderful. But if I was starting an expansion team, maybe he'd be my number one receiver, and I'd start with that because I want that skill set. But on our team, Waddle adds an element that opens up the entire field for an offense. He's a natural mismatch. They actually have to – we can dictate what players we want to put on the field just based on what wide receiver package we put on the field, because you need a specific skill set to cover our guys.
Yeah.
It's a whole different – it's not.
Yeah. Who's that talking? Who's talking?
Todd, the newest member to the channel.
Oh, okay, I thought it was. You know what?
I'm sorry, guys. It's nice to meet you all. I'm a little new to how this whole chat thing works, so I apologize if there's static or anything.
Hey, glad to meet you. Glad you came up here, bro.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm gonna call you Todd too.
What's up, Todd?
Because Todd Labruto. It's Todd 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Todd 2.
Todd 2.
I can't wait you to meet Todd 1, man. That will be dope.
I can't wait for Todd to link me with Omar.
Yeah.
We designed.
We'll get that put together.
I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, but you make a lot of good points when you're talking about the mismatches, man. Like, you know, even with what we have, you can't even stack the box, right? Like, you stack the box. You know, here's the thing. Like, even
you're playing with fire, you do that.
Even trying to jam guys like Waddle and Fuller, like, that's not a good idea, because if you miss,
burnt.
They're gone.
Burnt.
Touchdown. That's pretty much a touchdown.
You getting burnt, bro.
So you're totally right. Like, now the way this offense is, I think even Wilson coming back is a little bit of a mismatch too.
Bro, you saw that quote tweet I did with your recent, bro. Oh my God.
What,
man?
What are you talking about, Pyro?
You know that quote tweet I showed you with the highlights of the Wilson Bears game?
Oh yeah, where he's just running away from everyone.
Bro, man, dude. Oh my God. When I saw those highlights again, I was like, damn, this is gonna be, just you're licking your chops. Tua licks his chops when he sees that, man. Bro, you saw that.
Think about it, right? Like, even before we got Waddle, and Fuller, he was working out with Wilson in the offseason, right? He's probably working out with them. His eyes are probably like, as big as planets, just looking at this guy being like, where were you last year?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
And listen, and what's more impressive of that is that Brock Osweiler was throwing the ball. Brock Osweiler.
That's what people forget. Look at the quarterbacks he had, bro, during his time here. He never had a Tua, dude.
He never.
Tua fits his skill set. As soon as Wilson gets that separation and makes his break, ball will be right there. Go produce in the open field. He'll throw him open into the open space, and then just do your thing.
He was watching last season, seeing them drop passes by Jakeem, and was saying, "Man, I can't wait till next year."
You heard what he said, Florida boy. He said he was watching every game, rooting for the team. He said it.
Over here cringing at Jakeem Grant.
You should keep Grant.
Saying to himself, imagine what I could do with those opportunities.
Man, like you said it, man. Like after you said it with the that receiving core, like that's what I dream of on Sunday, is seeing Waddle, Fuller, and Wilson, man, lighting the field up, burning people.
Well, that's it. The way it's constructed now, it's the equivalent of getting deep into another team's bullpen in a pitching game. In baseball, we have a situation where, Albert Wilson is the best yak guy in the NFL for 2 years before the injury, and now all of a sudden, when you put Fuller and Waddle and the other guys on the field, you're getting the thinnest cornerback on their roster.
Yeah, great point.
You get to spread that defense so thin. Like, who gets the marginal NFL player? Is it Will Fuller? Is it Waddle? Is it Wilson? Like, who's going to get the fringe roster guy?
Yeah.
Somebody's getting the 53rd man on the roster.
Tua's going to be walking up to the line like like
Everybody's
that.
eating, bro. Everybody's
You know,
like,
you know what's crazy? In 2018, he only played. I think it was what he only played. Was he played 13 games? Anyway, he didn't play very many. I know he's only played 20 games over the last 2 seasons that he's played. Anyways, in 2018, he had 26 receptions, right? He had 391 yards, all right? And the crazy thing about the 391 yards is 345 yards of those were after the catch.
Mm.
In 2017, his last year in KC, he had 580 yards, 326 of them were after the catch.
damn,
Like-
man, that's impressive.
People are sleeping. Like, I'm telling you, if this guy gets the targets, look out.
Damn, man, and he was in. I think it was his hip. I knew he had it. I knew he,
It was his hip.
it was gonna take him. Yeah, it was his hip.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna take him a while to get back to where he was, man. And then when I heard about that in training camp that he got his explosiveness back, I was like, oh shit. Because trust me, man, that game in the Raiders game, that explosiveness and the quick, like you said, reason that route running, I saw it. That route running, man, he was bailing out. He was bailing Osweiler out on third. I think it was 3rd and 8. He bailed his ass out. Wilson, damn, man, you watch that game again. Everybody need to watch that game. Because he was bailing Osweiler out, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's I've hit the 2-hour mark. Let's get some final thoughts. We'll start with you, Red Comet.
Honestly, I'm hoping for a great year with Jakeem Grant. Just kidding. I think the offense is going to do great.
Bro, I was about to
Yeah.
go ahead and finish your thing, but I was about to cuss up in here.
Florida Born, your final thoughts.
I'm excited for the preseason to hurry up and get here. Fuller is going to be allowed to be in the preseason, right? It's just the first game of the season he has to miss, correct?
First 2 games, I think. First 2 games.
First 2?
First 2.
Like I said before, I think Tua is going to be the MVP as long as this O-line can at least be halfway decent. Fins up.
Todd, your final thoughts. Let me unmute you. There you go. Because you got some background noise going on, dude.
My first final thought is Omar just hit me back and said anytime reason. So we'll put you guys in touch.
Awesome, bro. Appreciate it.
And then also,
Nice.
my final thought is I didn't get it on last night's conversation, but I think keeping X here is vital because I think our offense is going to play with leads this year. We're going to have a pass rush. You put that completeness with him on the field, and we're a whole different team. We can't continue to let our best players leave. I mean, we have 4 all pros with Jason Sandberg, Xavien Howard, Minka Fitzpatrick, and Laramie Tunsil. We can't keep letting the best player on our team go somewhere else. So we keep him, and AFC Championship game in the next 2 years.
Crypto, your final thoughts, dude. You there, Crypto? All right, Pyro, your final thoughts, bro.
Well, I'm agreeing with Todd too. I just think that I get that we have explosive weapons and mismatch everywhere on the field. It's just and I said it before. It starts and ends with the trenches. If they can't hold up for 2 or 3 seconds, those weapons means nothing. It means nothing. That's all I got to say. Reason. Fins up.
All right, man. I will be back on Friday. Tomorrow night I'll be recording the Finish Line with Richmond, Webb, and ball game. So until Friday, unless something breaks tomorrow, then I'll be back. But I'll be back Friday night. And until then, I hope everyone stays happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Fins up all day, every day.
Peace, guys.